Hello and welcome to Tune In to Wellness Today. My name is Lisa Marie and I am the host of today's show. Before I introduce you to my wonderful guest, I want to remind you that on Sunday, September 11th, between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., Inspiring Wellness Solutions, my office and my team of people will be offering free services to active military, veterans, and those first responders such as firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, and our police officers who are suffering with PTSD. You will receive free Reiki treatments, massage treatments, and hand aromatherapy. So I encourage you, if you are suffering with PTSD and you meet that criteria, or you know someone who is, I encourage you to give me a call, 518-292-8767, to book your Reiki, massage, or aromatherapy treatment today. Thank you. Without any further ado, I want to introduce you to my first guest, which is Melle Pirri from Adirondack Myofascial Release in Saratoga Springs. Melle is a physical therapist and a myofascial release technician. Welcome, Melle.
Thank you. I'm so thrilled to be here, Lisa Marie.
Thank you for coming. I cannot wait to hear all of the work that you do in helping people heal from chronic pain. And it is my understanding that with the myofascial release treatments that you do, your focus is to help people have a life again after chronic pain. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
So tell us, if you would, I know fascia is the soft tissue around the muscle. Would you tell the audience what a myofascial release actually is, please?
Okay. So it's a technique we use to release restrictions in that fascia, that soft tissue. The fascia can become bound up and not move as easily. In its natural state, it coats the muscles and tendons and bones and every other structure in the body, and it helps our moving parts move across each other without snagging. When there's trauma or an injury or bad posture for a prolonged period of time, that fascia, instead of looking like this gorgeous three-dimensional web, starts looking like one of those hunky, junky macrame sculptures from the 70s with all these little knots and things in it, and instead of gliding, now these structures become stuck either against each other. They just can't move without a lot of force.
Okay.
So that being said, myofascial release works in sinking into the layer of fascia surrounding the muscle and putting pressure on it for a prolonged period of time, a very slight pressure, matching the pressure of the restriction actually. The minimum amount of time required to effect a release is 120 seconds, and it's up to 3 to 5 minutes before I'll start feeling things softening under my hand. So I'll sink in and do a little stretch. Oftentimes I'm sinking in and stretching like this. We call that a cross-handed release. I'm not sure if that showed up on the video or not, but who cares? It's a wonderful modality. Okay. It's similar to massage in that my hands are on the patient's body for the entire treatment, but it's much slower paced, and it can be much more profound than what I would call a typical Swedish massage, not to downplay any of the other massage modalities.
So is it considered a massage modality then?
It's considered manual therapy.
Okay.
Okay. So it can be coded for manual therapy on receipts for insurance purposes.
Right, your diagnostic codes, what you're speaking about, just for the audience to understand that. So when we're looking at chronic pain, people are uncomfortable and often lose the quality of life that they once had. So you're helping them have that quality of life back?
Correct.
Okay. Now, when you're treating someone and you're saying it's 120 seconds minimum,
right?
Correct? How many treatments on average to have someone have that release again and to start relieving themselves of some of that pain?
It totally depends how long, how many things they have piled up on top of each other. I'll have people with chronic pain who sprained their ankle at one age, and then were in an accident and something else happened at another age, and things kept building and building and building and building.
Exasperation of
yes,
the
well,
original...
exasperation of, but then there's also layers where it might be several different things that they sort of never really took care of. Oh, I've got a little ache here, a little ache there, a little ache here, a little ache there. All of a sudden, The body's just said, okay, I'm done. I'm on strike. You're in pain and I'm not moving.
Okay. Wow.
So people who typically had things that have layered on top of each other like that might require a few more treatments than somebody who's had one specific issue. And also I find how intense a person's life is affected might influence how many treatments it takes. Somebody who can't go out and play golf every week is going to need a lot fewer treatments than somebody who can't sleep well at night and can't get comfortable sitting in a chair, also can't get comfortable lying down, also can't get comfortable standing up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense. So when we're looking at someone, let's just say a car accident,
Okay.
they can have this trauma, I'm going to call it trauma,
Yep.
in multiple areas of their body.
Correct.
So when you're treating them, you're treating the multiple areas in their body for this release, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I'm the first thing I do is a postural eval. I have them stand in front of me and I look at them head on and then from each side in the back, and I literally look for where it looks like their body's being pulled by their soft tissue.
I see. And you do this as a visual, Mel, not with an x-ray, or
Just as a visual.
is that amazing?
Just as a visual, just like where, and that skill develops over time.
Where in Saratoga Springs are you located?
I'm on 62 Beekman Street.
Okay.
I share space with an acupuncturist and a naturopathic doctor, so we have our own little healing center there. It's kind of nice.
Wonderful. Now, with the people that you've worked with, give me 2 to 3 benefits that you have seen them receive once you worked with them.
Okay. Being able to sleep again at night is a huge thing for many of the people that come to see
Wonderful.
me. And that's what really starts the true healing process. Once you can get back into sleep, it's amazing. Being able to treat themselves. After the first visit, I start teaching them a self-treatment technique at every additional visit so that they can make progress themselves in between visits and get back in the driver's seat, be the captain of their ship again.
Take control of their lives.
Exactly.
I love that you do that because you give them that accountability to be able to help heal themselves. That is wonderful. What's another benefit? Give us one.
Being in touch with their bodies again. A lot of times I'll see people who've been suffering from different levels of pain their entire life and have basically stuffed everything down and ignored it to the point where something critical has happened and now they can't move at all. One of the things I do is teach them how to feel inside their body again. So as they start to heal, they make improvements, they're going to tell, oh, gee, I've been sitting at my computer too long. I need to shrug, or I need to get up and move.
So you're giving them knowledge.
Exactly.
So how they can avoid that trauma again, a repeat, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. That's fabulous. I thank you so much for what you're doing. It's wonderful.
You're very welcome. I love doing what I do.
I can tell. Thank you so much. If you would like more information about Mel and the work she does, go online to AdirondackMyofascialRelease.com. Thank you. Thank you, Mel.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I certainly do hope you enjoyed hearing from Mel and have a better understanding about how you might be able to receive relief from any chronic pain you are having. My second guest today is Trent Millet from Saratoga Mineral Water Tours. Trent has been studying health and wellness for many, many years. He has focused a lot of his study in mineral waters and the benefits of mineral waters, and specifically focuses now on Saratoga Springs mineral waters. Welcome, Trent.
Thank you so much, Lisa Marie.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, it's an honor to be back.
I'm so glad to have you again and that your tours are up and running again.
That they are.
Yes, it's exciting. I know that many of the people watching this show do not have a full understanding as to the benefits of mineral water. And I know a lot of people drink spring water, which is good and fine, all right? And a lot of people drink tap water, and we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the benefits of mineral water. So if you would educate us on how globally, across the world, people have been studying mineral water and why they recommend mineral water as a medicinal choice and as a health maintenance choice?
Well, of course, worldwide, for instance, as examples, Germany will prescribe 105 million treatments in mineral water as prescriptive medicine this year. 6 million people in Japan, at least 40% of them under doctors or healthcare, will go to mineral water drinking, bathing, and poultices, oftentimes with a regimen, how much, at what temperature, how long you take to drink it. France, 42,000 children alone. And they'll all tell you Saratoga Springs, New York, has the finest examples of mineral waters on this planet. Russia has 3,500 state-run medical spas. Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Africa, Taiwan, China, I could go on with that way. So when I've had doctors, researchers from the world's great mineral water spas, medical spas, on my tour, they've studied our waters in their medical schools. After all, when you were in your mother's sacred temple, first trimester you were 96% water. Right now you're 75% water, and that includes the liquid electrolytes, the potassiums, the magnesiums, the minor things like adidium and carmodium, which directs the use of potassium in the body. So all of the minerals in mineral water are in colloidal form, just means super absorbable that way. They are the same molecular pattern, same bonding angle between the molecules, same number of isotopes that define their purpose as the minerals that were in your body as you developed. Not close, exact. That is one of the reasons mineral water medicine in its 6,000 years of recorded use is still being as well validated by the world's great medical and research universities as it has always been.
Trent, why is that? I'm a huge mineral water drinker myself, consumer myself, and advocate it. But why is it that we in this culture in the United States moved away? If you can give us an abridged version of why we moved away from this knowing of the value of mineral water.
Behind the scenes, the American Money Association, the AMA, and the pharmaceuticals. The iron in many of our waters is a molecular pattern of hemoglobin in the blood. Very common for it to reverse iron deficiency anemia in 2 to 4 days with no side effects. How many people, if they realized the iron water in the farm next door or down the road, there were 312 waters in New York to use pharmaceutically, would buy an iron supplement when they can drink it out of a faucet? Or calcium, or magnesium.
So we're going to go back to the AMA, the pharmaceutical organizations having this knowledge and saying, whoa, we're going to stop educating on this, or we're not going to educate it at all, because then no one will buy our vitamin supplements and on and on. How pathetic, right? But let's not go there, Lisa Marie.
Right, that's a whole thing.
Let's stay positive. All right, so mineral waters today, Saratoga Springs is known as one of the most renowned places, correct, for healthy mineral water.
We at one time had more different types of mineral water than any other spot on the planet. We had 65 different waters. And of course, about 20 of them were used pharmaceutically or prescriptively. At the moment, we have 17. Thank you so much, because when I first came 5 years ago, we had 13. A good example is Geyser. 3 potassiums, 4 chlorides, 6 sodiums, 4 electrolytes, perfect calcium to magnesium balance, 600 to 1100 parts, and natural, not what the doctors give you, natural lithium that develop much of our brain cells and nerve ability. So it was shipped worldwide, fresh for digestion, and after it's been bottled a day or so for nervous tension, ADD, ADDH is the type of thing they treat with that type of water in other countries medically. That way, nervous tension. In the old days, women's hysteria, when we men drove you nuts. So
happens all the time, Trent.
That water alone.
How do people access the water in Saratoga Springs?
Drive to Saratoga, take a bottle, a jug, or a glass, put it onto the fountain. The law does require, as long as the spring is running, that the water be available to the public at no cost. We still have 2 of our digestive waters, and I have a morass of miracle stories from that bring tears to your eyes. that way. The water that's so good for anemia. A number are so beneficial to the skin, vash relief and eczema, psoriasis, even shingles, that type of thing. So what I hear, people who've been on my tour, the most common comment I hear the next day is I have so much more energy and I love my kids again because they're calmer and focused. A week or so later, I'm no longer anemic. My digestion is vastly improved. Look how beautiful my skin is. And then within a month, my bone density, or my mother's bone density, has come way up due to the calcium.
This is amazing. So, Trent, you offer tours, educations, seminars, consultations, all that comes under your umbrella.
More and more, I'm working with excellent practitioners like yourself to learn and understand how these waters benefit your particular practices, whether it's life coaching or nutrition, because it is our organic nutrition, and how we can move into the practitioners, health experts, doctors. I'm having more from New York City come in to understand and balance with the mineral waters, because once that is correct in your system, everything else you do works better. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the biggest things, is now all of a sudden my medicines, if they're prescribed for healing, are working better. I'm calmer and more focused in my life coaching. My nutritional stuff, the type of things you work with every day, goes up in efficiency. And of course that's practical for the practitioner to have such amazing results in the package you bring. Like yourself, if you mentioned, you bring a package to your clients, it's geared for them, not something out of a manual or a book.
Correct. Oh, absolutely. Bio-individuality. So, boy, this fly likes our television show today. He's joining us here. So, Trent, I am very impressed with the education that you have, particularly around the benefits of mineral water. And if someone wants to reach out to you, now I know you said that you're working with practitioners and doctors from all around the country, but if a lay person, to use that word,
My favorite.
Okay, may reach out to you, is that correct?
Families, lay people. We have 4 amazing bathhouses. The spa on Broadway is just open with amazing skin and hair water. It's under new ownership. The Roosevelt Baths, 90+ percentage rates in fibromyalgia, gout, arthritis, and rheumatism. The Medberry, bicarbonate water, huge research being done on bicarbonate water to benefit diabetics. Amazing research out of Japan, Hungary, and Spain on that. And Complexions has a very mild mineral water, which is about like Evian water that way. So we have the bathhouses operating, the 17 springs, more and more awareness of how to utilize it. And just a family picnic among the waters is great. It's a beautiful view down there. You're breathing the ionized air.
Okay, I did not realize that.
Just the
Great.
ionized airfield, as you know, people buy ion machines. If you're staying someplace like Anne's, Washington, and you're breathing it the whole time. In other countries, just that would be a protocol for medicine, health, and wellness.
That is so good, so wonderful. So people can take tours from you, and to learn more about you, they're going to reach out to your 802 number. Is that
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay, Trent, thank you so much for all you're doing. It is amazing. You are a wealth of information. I'm very impressed.
It's amazing to sit across from you as well. I know how much
Thank you.
you have benefited so many people with your private practice and your clinic and all that you do. And this just shows the expansion into a broader community that you're dedicated to.
Thank you, Trent, so very much. If you would like more information about Trent and the work he does, if you'd like to go on one of his tours or hear a presentation or have a consultation or just simply learn more about all the benefits of the 17 springs or more, his phone number is on the screen right in front of you, an 802 number. It's a Vermont number, but he's right here. He's local. He's in Saratoga Springs, so do reach out to him. Give him a call. Thank you. You'll be glad you did, I am sure of that. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
I certainly do hope you enjoyed Trent's segment and have learned much more about the benefits of mineral water. And I do encourage you to reach out to him. You can see he's a wealth of information. Speaking of water, I'm going to touch on water a little bit today. Trent said that our bodies are about 75% water, so anywhere between 60 to 75% water, which is why it is so very critical we are hydrated. Now, sometimes people overhydrate, and that's not healthy either. Overhydrating can cause an imbalance in the minerals in our system. However, dehydration is really the biggest issue we see. If we're not drinking enough water, our bodies will become dehydrated, and many things can occur, such as headaches, lightheadedness, hunger, right? So things that are not pleasant, we certainly need, and then more critical illnesses can come with chronic lack of hydration. So we want to make sure we drink enough water a day. Well, how much is enough water? That's really based on your weight. So I am going to give you a formula right now. If you have a pen and paper, write this formula down. 0.128 times your weight divided by 2 equals the amount of 8-ounce glasses of water you should have a day. So therefore, if you weigh 175 pounds, you should be drinking 11.2 8-ounce glasses of water a day, or 88 ounces. If you weigh 124 pounds, you're looking at 8 8-ounce glasses a day, or 64 ounces. Now, what I want to tell you is everyone's just a little bit different. So for example, if you eat a lot of fresh fruit every day and or a lot of green leafy vegetables, those both have an abundance of water in them. Fresh fruit and green leafy vegetables have an abundance of water, and if you eat a lot of those every day, you might be able to cut back on on some of that water. So keep that in mind as well. There are times that you need to increase your water intake. For example, if it's very hot and humid, such as the weather we are currently having in upstate New York. If you are out in that weather, you're going to want to drink more water than that prescribed formula I just gave you. If you are in an altitude of 8,200 feet or more, you are going to want to increase your water. If you are sick with a flu, if you're vomiting, if you have a fever, if you have a bladder or urinary tract infections, you're going to want to increase your water intake. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, also you will want to increase your water intake. And if you're consuming alcohol, it's good to drink water with the alcohol. So as a rule of thumb, you can use that formula. You might be able to decrease a little bit of water if you're taking in fresh fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. And if you're in any one of those conditions I just mentioned, you're going to want to increase your water. Now, many of us drink cold water, but in all actuality, warm water is much better for us than cold water. Warm water helps balance our pH system in our body. It helps with our immune system. Warm water also helps with our brain cells activity. It helps clear our skin. It helps with digestion. It can be used as a good diuretic, and it helps us to lose weight. Athletes, however, those that are very active athletes, should be drinking cold water during physical exercise or right after, because it brings their body back into homeostasis quickly. So if you're running a race, while you're actively playing basketball, and you're very much in an active state, cold water is the best. Otherwise, warm water is better for you. What can we do with our water to help us fight disease? Well, what we want to do is add lemon. Take an organic lemon, squeeze it, and add it to your water. Helps fight cancer cells. And all citruses, such as lime, lemon, grapefruit, and oranges, help detoxify our liver. So again, go out and buy some organic fruit, squeeze it in your juicer, throw it in your water, and help fight disease. As a reminder, September 11th between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. we're offering a special program for our veterans, active military, and first responders. So please do reach out to us, 518-292-8767. Give us a call and we'll book you in for your free Reiki, massage, or aromatherapy treatment. Also, Please do reach out to me, Lisa Marie, at any time that you have any health wellness questions, or if you're struggling in your life. I am a counselor, so I do help people transition through separations, divorces, problematic relationships, or whatever you might have going on in your life. Please do feel free to reach out to me and I'd be glad to help you or direct you to someone who might be able to help you. Thank you. It was great to be here again. I hope you are enjoying this summer. Until I see you again, be replenished, be restored, and rise above the challenges.